What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Excel weekend video analysis where I will cover, many pairs as always, to give you an understanding on what's going on in the market so you can be ready for the upcoming week. Now, before starting, as always, there is my website. If you want to sign up, there is the link here below in the description. You can join the VIP channel for all of my trades that I personally take on my account. Or if you want, there is also the course available. If you want to actually learn, we've been getting, some very nice results with my students. So I'm very happy about that. Or one-on-one training. With that being said, we go straight to the charts without wasting time. Let's get started. We will cover less pairs than usual this time. I will cover, the ones that I believe that have the most opportunities for this week. Gold is one of these. Overall, I am long on gold. I'm bullish, 100% bullish on gold, but we had a nice pullback from this area where I was looking to short. I didn't actually enter. Had a nice push to the downside, rejected this area, and right now we are sitting at this supply area. We have confidence with fib levels, but at the same time we have to monitor what will happen from here, because overall, as I said already, I am bullish on gold. USD, similar scenario. I was looking for this pattern for quite some time. We finally broke to the downside. Right now we are reaching this area right here, and it is the same as gold. We have to look at what will happen from here. Depending on that, we will decide if we want to short EURUSD or we want to actually enter some buys. Now let's go back to the 4 hours. Overall, zooming out, looking at the bigger picture, we are 100% bullish, but at the same time, if we zoom in, then some bearish momentum might be kicking in after this schematic right here, which is a nice schematic with all the nice buying climax, automatic rally, secondary test right here the spring, breakout structure right here, test of the spring, continuation to the downside. We might get another test right here, or also to the upside to this point right here. Sorry, that's kind of messy. One sec. To this level right here before pushing to the downside. But yes, overall, very nice opportunities on EURUSD. Looking for, I believe, short-term sells and possibly towards the end of the week, long-term buys. We have to keep in mind that this area is right here and it's a very strong area. Now, let's move on to the next one. Let me delete this one. Okay, Aud Usd. Aud Usd, we can see we had this analysis right here. I was looking to enter a trade, and then we pushed to the downside. Now, overall, we are still pretty bearish on Aud Usd. We gotta say that price action is looking bearish, at least the current price action. If I go on the weekly, the daily, we are looking bullish. Let me show you. Here on the daily, zooming out, nobody can say that we are bearish, okay? Because of course we're making higher highs and higher lows. We've been going up forever, for months and months, so there is no reason to say that we are bearish. But at the same time, if we zoom in, then on the 4 hours, yes, we are bearish, and we are waiting to see what happens right now, because I'm looking to follow this trend. If we're starting a bearish trend, I'm looking to follow and ride out this bearish trend. Now it really depends on what will happen from here. So I'm very happy that we are sitting at this key area, because we will soon find out what direction the market wants to take on Aud Usd. If I see some new highs printed, so if this bullish momentum continues to the upside, then we are turning again bullish, and this was just a grab of liquidity to the downside. But we cannot be sure of that. We need to wait. GPUSD, we are going sideways, ranging, and overall, I would say, just by looking at this graph, I would say that we had a nice consolidation, grab of liquidity to the upside in order to push more to the downside. But at the same time, this is just a speculation, because we don't have any type of confirmation to say that. Now, we are overall bullish. We had this very, very tiny breakout structure to the downside, which is, yes, it is a breakout structure, but at the same time, it's not a strong breakout structure. I mean, we just went below it by a few pips. So yes, I'm overall looking for sells, at least at the moment, until something changes. And I'm monitoring what happens on GPUSD. Looking for sells from here if we get a nice pullback, and from this area we see confirmation to continue to the downside. So possibly looking for something like this to continue to the downside. Let me change the color. But at the same time, we have to see what will happen from this area, because if we do come back and if the price starts ranging at this area, we need to be careful, because we can also easily push to the upside. So two scenarios, you know, when we are ranging, there are always two scenarios. At the moment, it is even harder for GPUSD to understand what's going on, because overall we're bullish with the overall structure, but by zooming in, we can say that we are distributing for a continuation to the downside, which might happen at least for just a bit before continuing to the upside. I see GPUSD as bullish overall. GJ, this was a trade that was sent to the VIP channel. Overall bullish on higher time frames, so like daily and weekly, 100% bullish. Overall bearish on the 4 hours and 1 hour. This is why I entered some sells. So a breakout structure, found my key areas, found my possible entry, and had a nice trade to the downside. Now, oh wait, I forgot to say what I'm looking for on GJ. I'm looking at what will happen from this area right here. Depending on that, I will decide if I want to short or if I'm actually going long on GPY. You also have to keep in mind that there is this area all the way down here, which might be reached, also because there is a lot of imbalance at this area. So yeah, we're keeping an eye on GPY. Also looking already for buys from here if there is confirmation. GPAUD, this was another trade. Let me delete a couple of things. All right, GPAUD, we gotta say that we had a nice breakout to the upside, and this is a breakout structure 100%. Even if it is just by a few pips, this is a breakout structure. And right now I'm looking for longs on GPAUD, either from the area where we are at right now or from this area down here. Let me delete this one in order to show you, or from this area. If I have to decide, I would prefer 100% of the times this second area right here. So I'm waiting for that, waiting to see what happens. We have also other types of confirmation if we want to, but yeah, I will show that later when there are opportunities during the week. Gpchf, let's see, we broke to the upside, retested, had some nice confluence here, continuation to the upside, but also at the same time rejection of this area. Okay, so we are in between a supply and a demand area, and price needs to decide if we want to continue the bullish run or if we are reversing. This is very important point and very important price level right here, in between 1.28 and 2650. So yeah, we're waiting for this, looking very interesting. We just need to decide which way of the market we want to follow, and the only way to decide that is to look at what will happen during the week. Now, last couple of pairs, let's see quickly. GP New Zealand, looking good for sales overall. This is why I had these areas marked out. NZD USD rejected my key area, but it was on Friday during NFP, and therefore we didn't take it because we don't trade news. This is not gambling, this is trading. NZD-JPY looking interesting at this area now. Looking interesting also because we had this breakout structure to the upside, retracement, and now we could look for longs. I'm looking for longs from here, but at the same time, I'm keeping in mind that we could easily have a pullback to this area before actually continuing. So I have both my areas marked out. I prefer this one, of course, but for now, I don't have any type of confirmation on any time frame. I look for confirmation on lower time frames. We don't have confirmation for now. NZD-CAD rejected the key area, didn't enter. Again, currently sitting at supply and looking at what happens at supply. Euro GP, Euro AUD. Euro AUD is looking good to continue to the downside. I will add this to my watch list. We had finally this breakout to the downside, and keep in mind of the trend line, but most importantly, market structure is bearish with this push to the downside, finally bearish. I'm looking for some sells, and the only way we will execute some sells is if we have a nice pullback to the upside. So I'm looking for pullback to enter some sells, at least to this area where we have a strong demand level. Euro JPY, need to keep an eye on this. I was looking for buys from here, but at the same time, the current price action is not really giving me much confidence to execute buys from this area. Bigger pullbacks might come on EJ. Euro New Zealand, not looking to trade it. I had some nice setups from a couple of weeks ago. Right now, not looking to trade Euro New Zealand. Eurocad, we need to zoom in a lot. This was a trade that was sent. 1 second. All right. Eurocad, 1 second. Eurocad, I would say overall bullish. Breakout structure to the upside. Market structure is changing. We are having this pullback. We are grabbing liquidity all below the previous lows, finally touching our demand area. So it is, I would say it is a very good moment to start thinking about some buys on Eurocad. And this could be actually a swing trade because we could be targeting some new highs at these areas right here. So we could be targeting 1.49, so which is about 200 pips. USD CAD, USD CHF, not really looking to trade it. AUD-JPY was looking great, still looking good anyway, but I will just add it to my watch list and we'll see what happens. CAD CHF, I'm looking for sales on CAD CHF, but I'm waiting for my alert to be reached. I'm not looking for sales at this level. I believe there is still a lot of liquidity to be taken above this double top. So I will need to see a nice grab of liquidity above the double top, finally reaching my key area, and then a nice push. And trust me, the push might be very, very big below all of these levels, creating some new lows. So CAD CHF on my watch list too. And then there are cryptos, but there is Crypto XL for that part. With that being said, I hope you like the video analysis. Again, if you want to join us, there is the link here below for my website, and you are welcome if you want to join. I'll see you during the week, and be ready.